Listen here, guppies. I've read many comics in my time. I spend more time reading comics than I do seeing my own family. And there are some great comics out there, and there are some goofy comics out there. But this one is the most, let's just have the most fun and do whatever the hell we want comic. Because this story goes to Dookie Town with the concept of combining heroes together. It's literally fan service in a book, and we're seeing it right now in the secret Warp's Iron Hammer. But before we start, let me give you some context. So in the comic series Infinity Wars, Gamora is ready to control the universe, and she wants to make it better by using the Infinity Stones, and instead of killing half of the world, she combines half of the world. So that way, life can still prosper without anyone dying, which is where you get heroes like the Soldier Supreme or the archa-knight. But eventually, the fan service was a little too much for the Soul Stone's brain, and it started breaking down and combining people even more. And now it's just superhero salad, because we got Ghost Hammer, who's a combo of Black Panther, Iron Man, Ghost Rider, and Thor, Soldier Supreme, who's a combo of Spider-Man, Moon Knight, Doctor Strange, and Captain America, and Weapon Peace, who's a combo of X-23, Scarlet Witch, Captain Marvel, and Justice Peace. And a bunch of other random goobers who I'm not going to be bothered to tell you who the combination of these guys are, so have fun figuring that out, Chuckle Nuts. But the issue is that with so many brains and histories coming together, it translates into your brain getting bum blasted because you don't know who's thinking, and this creates a lot of contention and finger pointing amongst all of these hamburgers. But later, the Rush tells everyone to stop being donkeys and focus on the bigger threat at hand, and they turn around to see that this honker of a beast named Zoroko next, who I'm just going to call Snorlax for the rest of the video, as well as Zeke Stone, who's just a classic Iron Man villain, telling the heroes that he is here with Snorlax to put these heroes in the grave and take over the world. But the heroes shut him down quicker than Netflix canceling a TV show and start blazing through Snorlax as quick as possible. But after too much fan service, he needed to call some reinforcements, and he called up the bouncy ball himself, Dumectico, and both of these bootlickers were tearing up the town like a fruit roll-up. But the heroes also got some reinforcements as well, and it was Wonderful One and Moonweasel, and they were ready to assemble and take down the bad guys. But Soldier Supreme told everyone to chill because he's gonna do something ballsy, and that's using the Eye of something to combine even more heroes together. Ghost Hammer didn't like this because he knew this would also combine the villains, but Weapon Peace told him to just shut up and listen to Supreme. Our powers together can take down the villains easily, so suck it up and just remember one thing: remember who you are. So Soldier Supreme starts combining himself with Ghost Hammer, and as a result, the Hammer Supreme is born, a man with a body count that is probably in the millions at this point. And Stan is seeing this and he's not happy about it. He's the only one who doesn't have a soulmate. He's just an eighth of a person. So once he kills the heroes, he will find his place in this world. The Supreme Hammer lays down a smackdown on this duck and basically tells him that you're right, you'll never find a soulmate, and you're just a flaw that the Soul Stone didn't want to deal with. So the only way to fix this is to ask the clouds to piss on the hammer and damn yeet the thing to Stan. And I kid you not, because of dealing with the flaw, the Soul Stone was able to fix itself back up, and the heroes went from being 8s to 2s, including the villains. But Iron Hammer quickly chucked his hammer at one of them, and they all ran away to see the next episode of The Last of Us. And just like that, the day was saved. Or maybe not, because a new daddy is approaching, and it's Corvos, ready to send the Funko Pops to their graves, but that's another story for another time. And if you're wondering who's combined with who, here's a little chart that will tell you who's who. But yeah, that's about it. Subscribe and I'll see you later.